Today we will solve 2025 question answer of mains. First question is discuss the salient features of the Harappan architecture. We have to write in 150 words. Second question is examine the main aspects of Akbar's religious syncretism. Third question is the sculptors filled the Chandela art forms with resilient vigor and breadth of life. Elucidate. Fourth question is how are climate change and the sea level rise affecting the very existence of many island nations? Discuss with examples. Fifth question is what are the non-farm primary activities? How are these activities related to physiographic features in India? Discuss with suitable examples. Answer is now let us solve and question answer. First question is discuss the salient features of Harappan architecture. Harappan architecture was marked by advanced town planning, which reflected high technical skill and civic sense. Cities such as Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Dholavira followed a grid pattern with streets intersecting at right angles. Their most remarkable features was the use of standardized burnt bricks, ensuring uniformity across settlements. The city was divided into citadel and lower town, indicating a functional and administrative hierarchy. The Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro demonstrates mastery in waterproof brick masonry, efficient drainage, and public architecture. The granaries with ventilation channels reflect sophisticated storage system. Harappans developed one of the world's earliest efficient drainage systems, running beneath streets with sock pits and inspection holes. Houses had private wells, bathrooms, and multiple rooms indicating high living standards. The impressive dockyard at Lothal displayed engineering skill in hydraulic structures. Overall, Harappan architecture represents planned urbanism, technical precision, and civic engineering unmatched in the contemporary world. Second number question. Examine the main aspects of Akbar's religious syncretism. Akbar's religious syncretism was rooted in his policy of Sulah-e-Kul, universal peace, which advocated tolerance towards all faiths. He abolished discriminatory taxes such as jizya and pilgrimage tax, promoting equality among religious communities. His engagement with scholars of various religions in the Ibadat Khana reflected intellectual curiosity and a sense for harmony. Akbar incorporated diverse traditions into governance, for instance, marriage alliances with Rajputs, liberal treatment of Hindus, and the inclusion of different communities in Mansabdari system. His belief system culminated in the formation of Deen-e-Ilahi, which combined ethical principles with Islam, Hinduism, Jainism, Zoroastrianism, and Christianity. Though it had few followers, it symbolized Akbar's pursuit of moral unity. He also respected Jain and Buddhist teachings, enforced animal slaughter bans on certain days, and patronized temples and scholars. Thus, Akbar's syncretism aimed at achieving political stability, social harmony, and ethical governance. Third number question is the sculptors filled the Chandela art forms with resilient vigor and breadth of life, elucidate in 150 words. The Chandela art tradition, especially visible in Khajuraho temples, is renowned for its dynamic or and expressive sculptural style. The sculptors exhibited incredible skill by carving figures with fluid movement, delicate detailing, and naturalistic postures, giving a stone a lifelike vibrancy. The sculptures depict gods, goddesses, celestial beings, dancers, warriors, and everyday life scenes with remarkable realism. Human and divine forms are rendered with graceful tribhanga poses, rhythmic body curves, and expressive faces portraying emotional depth and physical vitality. Erotic sculptures symbolize celebration of life, fertility, and cosmic creativity, adding breadth to the artistic narrative. The thematic diversity from spiritual motifs to household scenes expands the cultural canvas. Architecturally, the exteriors are adorned with thousands of sculptured panels, each contributing to the overall harmony. The dynamic compositions and sculptural richness reflect the Chandela's aesthetic vision and their celebration of human and divine engineers or energies. Four number question. How are climate change and sea level rise affecting the existence of many island nations? Discuss with example. Climate change is causing thermal expansion of oceans and melting of polar ice, leading to accelerated sea level rise that threatens several island nations. Low-lying islands such as Maldives, Kiribati, Tuvalu, and Marshall Islands face risks of submergence, coastal erosion, and habitat loss. Rising sea level include or intrude into freshwater aquifers, disrupting drinking water availability and agriculture. Increasing frequency of cyclones, storm surges, and tidal flooding damages infrastructure and settlements, forcing communities to migrate internally or internationally, creating climate refugees. Coral reefs, essential for tourism and coastal protection, are bleaching due to warming seas, threatening marine biodiversity and livelihood. Some islands have already lost significant land mass. For example, parts of Kiribati have disappeared underwater. Governments face survival challenges, relocation of populations, loss of sovereignty, and economic collapse. Thus, climate change poses an existential threat, making adaptation and global climate action crucial for island nations. 5 number question. What are non-farm primary activities? How are these activities related to physiographic features in India? Non-farm primary activities include fishing, forestry, mining, quarrying, and animal husbandry. Activities directly dependent on natural resources but not on crop production. They play a major role in supporting rural livelihoods. Physiographic diversity in India strongly influences the distribution of these activities. Coastal regions such as Kerala, Maharashtra, Gujarat support large scale marine fishing due to rich continental shelves. The Himalayan and Western Ghats forest promote logging, collection of medicinal plants, and forest based livelihoods. The Deccan Plateau is rich in minerals like iron ore, bauxite, manganese, and coal, supporting mining and quarrying in states such as Jharkhand, Odisha, and Chhattisgarh. Arid and semi arid regions, Rajasthan, Gujarat, encourage pastoralism, including rearing of sheep, goats, and camels. Riverine regions with wetlands such as West Bengal and Bihar support island fisheries. Thus, India's physiographic variations shape the distribution, intensity, and specialization of non-farm primary activities. Now, next five question of 2025 GS Paper 1. Explain briefly the ecological and economic benefits of solar energy generation in India with suitable example. Second, what are tsunamis, how and where they formed, what are their consequences, explain with example. Third number, how does a smart city in India address the issue of urban poverty and distributive justice? Four number, the ethos of civil service in India stand for the combination of professionalism and nationalistic consciousness. Elucidate. Five number, do you think that globalization results in only an aggressive consumer culture? Justify your answer. So, first number question is explain briefly the ecological and economic benefits of solar energy generation in India. Solar energy offers multiple ecological and economic advantages of India. Ecologically, it is clean and renewable energy source, producing no greenhouse gases, thereby helping India meet its NDC targets under Paris Agreement. Large solar parks reduce dependence on fossil fuels and cut air pollution, especially in urban industrial regions. Solar pumps under PM Kusum promote sustainable agriculture by reducing diesel uses. Rooftop solar system help manage urban heat islands and promote distributed clean energy. Economically, solar energy lowers electricity cost over time due to zero fuel expenditure and declining panel prices. It reduces import dependency on costly oil and coal, strengthening energy security. India's solar sector generates significant employment for manufacturing panels to installation and maintenance. States like Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Karnataka have attracted investments through solar parks such as Badla Solar Park, boosting local economies. Thus, solar energy ensures sustainable development with long-term ecological and economic returns. Water tsunamis? Question number two. How and where are they formed? What are their consequences? Tsunamis are long wavelength, high energy sea waves generated mainly by undersea disturbances. They form when large volume of ocean water is displaced due to submarine earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, underwater islands. Underwater landslides, or sometimes meteorite impacts. Most tsunamis originate in the Pacific Ring of Fire, where tectonic activity is intense. In the Indian context, 2004 Indian tsunami was caused by massive earthquake near Sumatra. Consequences of tsunamis are devastating. As the waves approach shallow coastal waters, their height increases dramatically, leading to widespread flooding, destruction of infrastructure, soil salinization, and massive loss of life. Economic losses include damage to ports, fisheries, tourism, and coastal ecosystems such as mangroves and coral reefs. The 2004 tsunami affected India's eastern coast, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, killing thousands and displacing millions. The tsunamis remain among the deadliest natural disasters, requiring early warning systems and coastal preparedness. How does a smart city mission in India address urban poverty and distributive justice? The Smart City mission aims to build cities that are sustainable, inclusive, and citizen friendly. To address urban poverty, it promotes affordable housing, slum redevelopment, and improved access to basic amenities like water, sanitation, and public transport. Upgraded infrastructure reduces the vulnerability of poor communities and enhances their quality of life. Digital governance platforms encourage transparency in welfare delivery, ensuring targeted benefits reach marginalized groups. For distributive justice, smart cities focus on equitable access to services through integrated command centers, GIS mapping, and data driven decision making. Public transport improvements such as e-buses and smart mobility ensure accessibility for low-income workers. Skill development programs under the mission generate employment in sectors like IT, construction, maintenance. Area-based development projects create local economic hubs, benefiting small vendors and informal workers. Thus, the mission balances technology with inclusivity and addressing both poverty and equitable distribution of urban resources. Four number question. The ethos of civil service in India stands for the combination of professionalism with nationalistic consciousness. Elucidate. The civic sense service ethos in India blends professional competence with deep sense of commitment and to national goals. Professionalism implies neutrality, integrity, efficiency, and adherence to constitutional values. Civil servants must possess expertise in policy formulation, administrative management, and delivery of public services. They are trained to uphold the rule of law, ensure accountability, and work without bias. Nationalistic consciousness reflects dedicated dedication to India's unity, diversity, and developmental priorities. This includes commitment to social justice, poverty alleviation, environmental protection, and safeguarding national security. Schemes like Swachh Bharat Digital India Rural Development Program succeed through the patriotic commitment of civil servants working in remote areas. Thus, Indian civil service ethos harmonizes administrative skill with devotion to public welfare. It enables officers to act as an agent of social economic transformation, ensuring that governance remains citizen centric and aligned with the aspirations of an evolving nation. Five number question. Do you think globalization results only in an aggressive consumer culture? Justify. Globalization does encourage consumerism through global brands, fast fashion, digital marketing, and rapid lifestyle changes. However, it does not result only in aggressive consumer culture. It also facilitates the exchange of ideas, technology, best practices, contributing to economic growth and social transformation. Globalization has expanded opportunities for education, entrepreneurship, and employment. Indian IT and service sectors have flourished due to global integration. It has promoted cultural exchange, global awareness, and improved access to healthcare innovations. Moreover, globalization has strengthened global solidarity on issues like climate change, gender equality, and human rights. At the same time, consumerism is counterbalanced by rising awareness of sustainability, ethical production, minimalism. Social movements advocating eco-friendly lifestyle have emerged globally. Therefore, globalization is a complex process. Consumerism is one dimension, but it also fosters knowledge sharing, development, and progressive values.